I'm Doug, owner of Prestige, and we're sitting in Prestige Motorsports.
I'm Senior. I kind of manage the engine program here at Prestige Motorsports.
Well, thank you guys for having us out here. You guys have a really impressive facility. Tell us a little bit about how Prestige came about and how you guys got started.
Well, of course, like anything, it started in a two-car garage, man. Really just trying to add the parts deal to engine sales. So from transmissions to fuel systems and all of that. So it started very, very small, building some cars, learning about all what fit, what didn't, and then moved into this facility, and it's grown tremendously. So in the last 10 years, we're now looking to build something and move to something bigger. Really, the engine side, we've got our core crate engines for just the performance car world. And then, when we get into the boosted stuff, there's a series, so kind of your stage one and how much power can it potentially handle. And then your stage two, so on. Do anything from, your mild street car motor to circle track to, pro stock type of stuff. So the abilities are beyond what most people see. As I said, kind of how we started was to enhance the engine side, was providing a whole package. So we had started building some cars on a small scale, and it just, everything that was a pain point in the shop, from power steering lines and fittings to what worked with what radiator works with this pulley kit. Cost us some money, to figure out some of that stuff, but we were dedicated. Plus we had a lot of good customers that seen the quality level. So from, a medium restoration to, full high-end deal, so nowadays it's not cheap, especially if you want quality work and a facility that keep you updated and just everything's legit. It costs money. So, a lot of the cars that we do today are anywhere from, say, maybe as low as 150 to as expensive as $500,000. So the car shop's a huge extension of the engine side. It helps develop better packages. You understand if a guy's got a 65 Mustang that him and his wife are going to cruise in the mountains, probably a 600 horse 427's not for that guy. He might think he wants that, but the wife's probably not going to ride with him. So depending on who she is anyway. But, so it just really, it emphasizes camshaft specs, where to make them run, whether it's torque or peak power. So the car side emphasizes a lot of what we do in the engine side.
Why do you guys choose to use a lot of our products?
It's damn good.
Yeah, it is. And there's a brand loyalty there. From a customer standpoint, there's definitely brand loyalty. It runs, it's the quality of it's there, so it fits our business model. If their brand is AFR, then that's obviously what we're going to use. A lot of our engine packages were developed with your product, whether it be small block Ford, small block Chevy, and then we're excited to test some of the new stuff, big block Ford and the Gen 3 Hemi.
I'd have to say, from a production standpoint, what I see in AFR, that's what I like about AFR, is we run a lot of AFR, and there is never a problem. It's just, you put it on and you rock and roll. It meets the number every time. For an engine standpoint and production standpoint, things of that nature, and to give a product to a customer that's consistently what you say it is, that's a big deal for us. So we kudos to AFR. So both Doug and I are very passionate about putting out the best product. Hands down, there is no better product than what we put out. Everybody says that, but I'm here to tell you, I think it is. The competition doesn't do it, but we do it. So we do give that person, the least amount of problems that he could do. Every EFI is dynoed, every harness is dynoed. It's for our passion to make sure that customer has a great experience. So I think it's more, to me, and if I'm speaking for Doug, and I think that's why we do a good job together, is he doesn't take no seconds either. So we both have this, we want it 110% correct. So when we dyno, we just don't flop something on there and run it and then send it out the door and here, this is your carburetor, should be okay, or here's your EFI, it should be okay. We make damn sure it's okay. to the nth degree.
We pride ourselves on testing the EFI, the harness, everything, including putting the boost to it, because who's to say we don't have a spark plug wire that breaks down, or a plug that breaks down, or even a coil, and the thing's misfiring and we're only getting to 5,500. Well, if we didn't test it here like that, then the consumer, whoever that is, shop, individual in his garage, he's going to run into that. And who's the first person he calls? Is us. Well, we're not a magician. We can look at data logs and try to work through it, but it'd been a heck of a lot easier on the engine dyno. You can get to everything really easy. Not to say you don't have problems afterwards, but we're trying to minimize that to the best of our ability. And then, like he said, from mocking up transmissions, why do we do that? Average guy can bolt the tranny up. Did he get converter end play right? Or is it going to wipe our thrust bearing out? Did he get clutch free play right? Is his clutch going to operate correctly? So we do all those things to just limit the VS later, and it kind of protects our product also. So it's a big deal for us. I would always encourage any customer to ask that question. Are you going to test it with all my stuff? Even a pulley kit. What the heck does it matter? It's just a pulley kit. Anybody can put a water pump on. Well, it's leaking. Now let's work on a $100,000 car, leaning over, the front of the car to change a water pump. It just doesn't make sense.
You guys both have been doing this a very long time. What keeps you guys getting up in the morning and wanting to come back to work?
I love it. I don't know. I've always loved it, type deal. So it's a passion, and for me it is. I just every time one lights up, I get a thrill. It's just I get a thrill out of business aspect of it, growing it's up and down, type situation. But it's you have a vision and a desire to provide a product that's superior to anybody, and that's what keeps driving you, type deal. Is you want to achieve that, So I think we really have something spectacular to offer the consumer here, and it's you just got to work on it every day, So I love it. I get up every morning. I'm excited. So.
Oh yeah, very much the same. And I think more and more with the customer feedback too. The way that I don't know the proper word, but the general respect, from the customer when we go above and beyond for them, it fulfills you that you did that job. This guy, guy, girl, whatever. Whether we're doing a car or an engine package, it's not cheap, it's not. And so it fulfills me to provide that service. It's not always easy, but it definitely is fulfilling. And I've got the same thing. I smell the race fuel. I hear that camshaft. I mean, it's just, that's the deal,
Thanks for watching Airflow Research. Get a pair.